Sikinos, Greek, Sigma Kappa Iota Nu Omicron Sigma, is a Greek island and municipality in the Cyclades. It is located midway between the islands of Ios and Foligandros. Sikinos is part of the Thera regional unit. It was known as Oinoi or Oio, ancient Greek, Omicron Nuida, island of wine, in ancient Greece. It contrasts with nearby islands, such as Ios, in being quiet and relatively less developed. There are two villages, Alapronia on the south seaside, being the port, and another higher up in the hills being the Chora. The Chora up on the hills is composed of two settlements adjacent to each other, Castro to the west, and Corio to the east. There are a handful of tavernas in the harbor. The beach at the harbor is one of two large sandy beaches on the island. Several ancient ruins rest on the island, although some are remote. There are two paved roads, although a third is being built to connect the nascent heliport and eventually a new resort on the other sandy beach, and there are several well-maintained dirt roads. Much of the island is very difficult to access due to the terrain. Nearly all of the island's area is covered by terraces once used for extensive agriculture. Now only a handful are used across the island, most operating on government subsidies. The municipality had 273 inhabitants at the 2011 census. It includes the uninhabited island of Cardiotis and other uninhabited islets. Its total land area is 42.507 square kilometers, 16.412 square miles. In antiquity, the island contained a town of the same name. It is said to have been originally called Oinoi from its cultivation of the vine, but to have been named Sikinos after a son of Toas and Oinoi. It was probably colonized by Ionians. Like most of the other Grecian islands, it submitted to Xerxes I in the Greco-Persian Wars, but it afterwards formed part of the Athenian Maritime Empire. There are some remains of the ancient city situated upon a lofty and rugged mountain. Is also still extant an ancient temple of the Pythian Apollo, now converted into the Church Episcopi, Pi Iota Sigma Kappa Omicron Pi. It stands in a depression between the main range of mountains, and the summit lying more to the left, upon which the ruins of the ancient city stand. We learn from an inscription found there by Ross that it was the temple of the Pythian Apollo. The site was visited by the British explorer Theodore Bin and his wife in January 1884. In 2022 the Authority of Antiquities of the Cyclades was granted the Europa Nostra Award for its work excavating and restoring the monument, now considered a Roman mausoleum and later Byzantine church.